Fortnite LTMs. Some are good, some are trash. Today we're going to be ranking them from God tier all the way to trash. Now first up we have 50v50. So this is an OG version of Team Rumble. I think it was one of the first ever modes in Fortnite. It was definitely not the first one though, but 50v50, no respawns, Team Rumble type game mode. I think this one was decent. Next up we have Arsenal. So Arsenal is pretty much just gun game. Honestly, this one was decent as well. Now next up we have Bare Bones. So Bare Bones was pretty much a normal Fortnite Battle Royale, but with no HUD, no minimap, no compass, no damage numbers or anything like that. So it's pretty much like the Call of Duty hardcore game mode if you have played that. It definitely wasn't trash, but I don't really think it was decent, so I'm going to be putting this in the meh category. I don't really miss it, to be honest. Next up we have the Blitz game mode. So the Storm moves faster in this game mode. That's really all to it. I might be wrong. I think that's really all to it. That's all I can remember, but the games were really fast in this one. I don't think it was bad. Let's put it in the meh category. Next up, Close Encounters, shotguns only. I really did like this game mode, but I don't think it deserves the God tier category. It was fun, especially in squads using jetpacks and stuff. I think I'm going to put this one in the decent category. Next up, Catch. Now Catch was normal Battle Royale, but I'm pretty sure it had lower mats and it was throwable items only. So porta forts, rift-to-goes, boogie bombs, shockwaves, clinger grenades, all those things. So honestly, this one was decent as well. It was pretty fun to play. It was kind of annoying at times, especially when the zone's closing in and people impulse you out, but it was pretty fun. Now another really good one, Disco Domination. Pretty much 50v50 kind of. Just you have to dance on the little disco islands that appear on the map and whoever claims the most wins. So another decent category one. Next up, Drifting. So Drifting, you are just on a driftboard the whole game. Honestly, didn't really play this one too much. This one, the concept, it could be fun at times. I'm just going to put it in the meh category though. Now next up, Fly Explosives. So jetpacks and explosives. Again, another meh category. It wasn't the worst ever one. It's just jetpacks and explosives. Like, not much more to it. Alright, now moving on, we have Food Fight. So it's pretty much 50v50, but you have to destroy the head in the middle of the enemy's base or protect your own base to win the game. I really hope this one comes back one day. I think this is going to be our first God tier. Moving on, Final Fight. In this game mode, there were 5 teams of 20. Didn't really play this one much, but it's pretty much 50v50 with 5 teams. Wasn't that bad. It definitely was better than 50v50, so I don't want to put it next to it in the decent category. I might put it in the meh category. Moving on, Floor is Lava, another God tier one. This one was so good. It was such a fun game mode back in the day. If you haven't played it before, the lava rises up and you have to keep building up and gain heaps of materials at the start so you do not die. Moving on, Midas Floor is Lava. Now Midas Floor is Lava, it was the exact same as Floor is Lava, but I'm not sure if it was the map or they did change something. Maybe it was the loot pool as well. Loot pool was definitely better in the OG Floor is Lava. This one, it just did not really feel the same. I think I'm going to put this one in the meh category, even though they're both pretty much the exact same game modes. It just did not feel the same to me. Moving on, we have Ground Game, which is pretty much zero build. It did have materials though. Max mats were 30 wood, 20 brick and 20 metal. Really low ammo counts as well, so you had to be really strategical in every single shot that you take. I think this one was decent. This one will probably never come back since we have zero build now, but for back in the day, that game mode was actually pretty decent. Moving on, High Explosives, which is self-explanatory. Explosives only. This one was pretty fun. Definitely not a God tier though. It was really good though. I'm gonna put it in the decent category. Headshots only. Headshots only, kind of annoying. I did not really play this one too much. Bad category. Moving on, Infinity Gauntlet. So this one was the first ever LTM in Fortnite, if I can recall that right. So there were Infinity Gauntlets on the map. People can grab them, and yeah, if you had the Infinity Gauntlet, you've pretty much won the game. That's definitely decent category. Next up, Love Shot. So this was a Valentine's Day exclusive game mode. Honestly, wasn't really too good. The only weapon in the game was Cupid's bow, and I'm pretty sure the normal crossbow. One shot with crossbows, even though they did one shot to builds as well, it just was not really that good. I think this one is going to be in the bad category. Now moving on with the exact same sort of game mode, but with snipers. Sniper one shot, everyone was 50 HP. The mats count was really low, and there was low gravity in the game. Which low gravity snipers? This one is a God tier one. Now going along with the theme, we have sniper shootout. So Sniper Shootout, it was kind of like Sniper One Shot. I'm pretty sure it did come out before Sniper One Shot. It's pretty much like One Shot with 200 HP, no low gravity, you could carry more materials, and yeah, just honestly, it's okay. It wasn't as fun, so I'm not going to be putting it in the God tier category. It was decent though. Next up, another God tier one, we have Playground Mode. Playground Mode was probably one of the funnest times in Fortnite. It was before creative came out though, so I'm not sure if Playground Mode was still around. Will it still be as popular as it was back then? It was such a fun game mode back in the day. 1v1ing people, going up to the little aim course or whatever that thing was in the sky, if you guys remember that. Just such a good game mode. Moving on, soaring 50s. So 50v50 but with glider redeploy. I want to put it in the meh, but 50v50 has to be a decent game mode. Sword fight. Now sword fight, infinity blades, kind of annoying, kind of fun. I'm going to be putting this one in the bad category though. Also, let me know in the comments down below what you agree with and what you disagree with on this tier list, and what is your favorite LTM Fortnite has ever released. Anyway, moving on, we have Solid Gold. Now Solid Gold, that is such a good game mode. Another God tier in my opinion. Gold Pump, Gold Scar, just can't get better. Now Storm King. This one came out with the OG rare Storm King glider. That was so hard to get. I remember grinding for that. Honestly, it's kind of like Save the World. Have to fight these zombies, have to fight the big storm boss in the middle of Loot Lake as well. It was kind of fun but kind of annoying, so I'm going to put this one in the bad category. Honestly, debating between putting it in meh and bad, but I might just leave it in the bad category. Next up, we have Slide. Now, everyone has icy feet in this game mode and an infinite grappler. This one was kind of fun. Wasn't God tier though, so I'm going to put it in the decent category. I remember going around with the grappler, sliding all over the map. You just go so fast with the grappler and the icy feet. Next up, we have Siphon. So Siphon, this was a game mode before it actually came into the game. If you guys don't know what Siphon is, you pretty much get 50 health every single time you get an elimination. This should definitely still be in the game to this day. Maybe not Battle Royale, so it's not as sweaty, but it should definitely be in ranked. Honestly, a God tier limited time mode. Now we have Score Royale. In Score Royale, coins around the map would give you points, and whoever got the most points could win the game. You could get points by searching chests, ammo boxes, llamas, supply drops, and zones would move way slower, so you could search stuff, loot up, and take your time instead of having to rush. So honestly, did not really play this one. It was a good concept, but it's just not my taste, so I'm going to put this one in the bad category. Next up, we have Sneaky Silencers. Sneaky Silencers was kind of fun. Smoke grenades, silenced SMG. On the edge of putting it in the decent category and meh. I might just leave it in meh for now. It was pretty good with the silenced SMG, the silenced pistol, but it was not the best. Next up, the Getaway. Now the Getaway, you had to grab jewels from around the map, and once you got the jewels, you had to run to the middle of the map or wherever the van spawned in the sky. Then you'd have to build up into the sky, try not to get shot out, and deliver the jewel to the van. The first team to do that would get the victory royale. So this one was pretty fun. Definitely one of the best game modes that Fortnite has dropped. Does it deserve God tier though? I'm on the edge of God tier and decent. I might leave it in decent for now. We will go back over the list at the end of the video. Next up, Team Rumble. Talked about 50v50 before. This is pretty much 50v50 but with respawns. Whatever team gets 100 eliminations, I think it is, maybe a bit less than that, but whatever team gets that wins. It's pretty much like team deathmatch in Call of Duty. Not God tier, but it definitely is decent. Next up, Unvaulted. So OG weapon loot pool, definitely fun to use the OG weapons. Not God tier though, it is decent category. Moving on, we have Wild West. If you guys remember Tilted Town, that's pretty much what Wild West was, but for the whole map. So you'd only be able to use revolvers, snipers. Good concept, but it was just kind of boring. I think this one might be our first trash category. Next up, we have Zone Wars. So Desert Zone Wars, a few other OG maps, definitely God tier. I miss those Zone Wars maps. Next up, Week's Bounty. So you spawn in with a combat attack AR, and you had to eliminate people to get bounty tokens. The 3 players at the end with the most tokens will be shown in the map. I'm not really sure how many tokens you had to get, but whoever got the most got the victory royale. Not really my favorite game mode. I did play this a little bit, not too much though. I might just put it in the bad category, maybe meh. I'm just gonna leave it in the bad category for now. Now lastly, we have the Imposters game mode. If you guys remember Imposters, pretty much Among Us in Fortnite Battle Royale. This game mode was so fun. Fortnite did ruin it though when they got rid of proximity chat. I've had so many funny moments in that game mode. Some people hated it, some people loved it. I honestly think this one was goated. Looking back over the list, I think I'm actually pretty happy with how everything is. I've looked over everything and I'm not really sure if I will move anything. I think it's all pretty good. But anyway, if you guys did enjoy, then make sure you let me know with a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys agree with me and disagree with me on this tier list. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.